We're going to be covering transactions in SkySlope and how to create one. And so we're going to start that process right now. So what we would do is we would go here to where it says Manage Transactions, and we would click on that. And then you would go up here to this green button that says Create Transaction and click on that. And right here is where you would, if you had generated your file or your documents, sorry if you hear my dog barking at the lady dog. File or your documents on a SkySlope form. You could pull your information from SkySlope forms, but for today, we're just going to do an address lookup. That would be a different class. So address. General default. So anything that has a red asterisk, we would have to fill out in order to be able to keep forward movement to create the file. So agent name, MLS number, street number that'll automatically populate. Price, we're just going to make up a generic price here. Office source, I'm just going to do prospecting. And you could pick whatever would be applicable if it was a previous customer, referral, whatever would be applicable in your situation. Office lead. No, acceptance date, we'll just say yesterday. Office, this should automatically have gone to Oklahoma. List type, since it's a transaction, this is going to be residential sale buyer. And then year goes, the year up, and closing date would be 30 days or whatever would be applicable in your situation. And then you click next. Oh, I forget to type. Purchase type. Now, what? Okay, and now we are going to enter in the seller information. Gonna make up a name, purchaser, and remember anything with a red asterisk has to be filled out in order to move forward. Pretty straightforward, pretty user-friendly. You just follow the prompts, enter the applicable information. And if anyone has any questions while we're going along, do not hesitate to either type them in the chat box down below or raise your hand. And then we would click submit. Once we got that information, now we would type in our commission, whatever was indicated in the MLS or what was agreed to. If you had a TC or transaction fee, that would go here. We're just checking we're not holding earnest money. On this particular situation, no referral. And then if you had anything that you needed to make compliance or TSS aware of, you could add a comment down here and save your comment. Would upload our documentation and then split it and assign it to the checklist. So we're going to click here on documents because this is the main filing cabinet for your transaction is your documents tab. And the checklist is more like the refined of what actually needs to be assigned and what is actually required. But anything, any documentation needs to be uploaded to this documents tab. So we're going to upload, I think I put, here we go. And we would upload, and since this one is one PDF with all of the documents, which is usually what happens when you create it in Forms or any other platform, or it might be how you receive documents back. So you're going to have to split it out. So we would check mark this and go to split, and we're going to split accordingly to how it would be named on the checklist item. So it might be a good idea to familiarize yourself kind of with how the checklist is labeled. But usually if you type something somewhat close to what's on the document, you can see how it'll populate something that has that word, and you can select the one that would be applicable. And something to be mindful of is just your start page and your end page. So this would be page 1 to 1. And then the next one is the contract, it appears. So I would just type in contract and see residential sales contract. So then that's going to be pages 2 through here 2 through 7. Let's see. Okay, nobody is. Okay, good. 2 through 7. Then the next one would be the disclosure broker services. That is pages 8 to 8. And as you can see, SkySlope is pretty intuitive. It can kind of tell, but you always want to just double check that your pages are starting and stopping on the end. So this is the finance addendum. That's going to be pages 9, 10, 9 through 10. And then estimated cost to buyer. That's going to be pages 11 through 12. And now we're with EXP documents, EXP. Delegated business disclosure. That's 13, 14, 13 through 14. EXP wire fraud. And you can see again, I just type in something that I would think that it would be, how it would be saved to the checklist, and it populates anything that has that in that for you. I think it's 15 to 15. And last one, buyer broker. There you go. That is going to be 16 through 17. And then we'll go down here to split and assign. We'll wait for SkySlope to do its magic. And then we'll go to the checklist. So you can see, now you can see we have pending documents there. And something simple too, let's say by accident you assign something to the wrong checklist item. It's very simple to remove something. You would just click the X and say remove, and then you could upload the appropriate document, or you could even click attach here and you could upload a document this way. There's a couple of ways to go about doing it. Now, real quick, we're going to cancel that. Let's say we get just a single document. So let's just pull, I'm just going to pull one document. Let's see. I'm just going to pull this for kicks and giggles, since it'll be one document. Instead of splitting, we're going to just need to assign because it's one document. We don't need to split it out. So we would just go up here to assign. And I'm going to put this under miscellaneous, just so you guys can see the difference of assigning and splitting. And then that's essentially how you would create a transaction in SkySlope, how you would upload your documents, how you would split out your documents, assign your documents. Does anybody have any questions? Let's see if I have any other bullet points that I wanted to cover. Let's see. The link from SkySlope that has a video that you can watch it. The only reason that I can do a practice run is I have the ability to remove it out. The only reason why I wouldn't recommend doing a practice run because potentially on the accounting backside of things create confusion for the accounting team, if that makes sense. So let me get the link. I have it right here, and I'll show you how you can get to this link. So I'm going to put the link here. And see, if you click on that, this will go over everything I just covered. And how you would get there is up here. If you guys see, it looks like a little person with a headset on. If you click on that and you type in here, let's see, create a transaction, and it automatically populates how to create a transaction. And if you scroll down and you hit play, this would show you an in real life kind of the same thing that I did, kind of a shorter version of kind of a refresher of how to do it should you forget one step, or if you haven't done it in a while, just wanting to double check yourself. SkySlope also is a great resource for just going to double check yourself, if that helps. Let's see if I have any other bullet points on my list here. Let's see. Yeah, and that's pretty much the general basics of how to create a. Oh, okay. Gary, did you guys have, or Michelle, did you guys have a question? You can unmute your mic. If you click on the big mic icon to the left of the chat box, to be able to let you.
I'm sorry, I just got to this from a Zoom call, so I came in 10 minutes late.
Were you able to see the link that I just dropped into the chat box earlier?
All I saw was just about the last 30 seconds of your conversation. But you were.
Okay, so I'll just do a brief review of what was kind of covered. So basically, we started at this main page here. We went here where it said manage transactions. We clicked on that, which then brought us to this page. And up here is where we would click the green button to create our transaction. But what I'm going to do is go into the one we created. So when we created that, it brought us to this main information page, Gary, and we would input anything that has a red asterisk. So we would go in and put in the agent name, MLS number, the street number would automatically populate for us because at the beginning screen, you would pull that information. And then we would just enter the price, the source of the deal, if it was an office lead, acceptance date, it would automatically populate your office up top. We would select because it's the transaction residential sale buyer. And then down here, we would pick the type of representation, which would be purchase and or tenant, year built, and closing date. And that would take us to our next page here, where we filled out seller information, purchaser information, title company information, the agent representing the other side, and the lender. Because those all, the top, I believe, 4 have to be filled out to be able to submit and then move forward, which would bring us then next to where we would enter our commission information and any other fees that we would need to make anybody aware of. EXP does not hold earnest money, so we were more than likely always going to say no here. And in this case, we didn't do a referral, so it would be no. And if you had to leave any specific notes that you think would be imperative for the financial backside accounting to know or compliance to know, this is a place that regarding your commission, you can leave it there and hit save. And then what we did is we came into our documents, we uploaded our documents, and then we split them out and assigned them to the checklist. And I can just briefly show you that again, just so you can kind of see it. And I made the suggestion of kind of familiarizing ourselves with how the checklist has things indicated as to what it would be assigned to. But then it's just a matter of making sure our pages are correct and kind of going from there, if that helps. And then
Yes.
once we would split and assign, it would automatically go to and I put a link in the chat here that okay, that to it. Click on this little icon up here that has a headset. It brings us to SkySlope support. I typed in create a transaction, or just even create, and it'll populate. And it automatically will bring you to a YouTube video that's kind of a quick, I want to say probably 3 minutes or less video of how to create. It literally will review what I just showed you. So I'll drop this link again just so you can see it for easeability. Here you go. That way you can click on it and bookmark it and save it. That way if ever you forget a step or are unsure, that'll also serve as a good resource of help as well. But you can always contact us, send me a workplace chat, contact me via email if you are in need of help with something. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody have any other questions?
Well, I don't have any questions right now. It looks like pretty much everything we went over the other night. Of course, that may all change whenever I start doing one myself.
That's perfectly fine. Just feel free to reach out to me over workplace chat, and we can always have a call or figure out how we can best help you get everything set up.
Thank you. Is there a way to zoom in closer on the screen? Because it seems really, really tiny. I mean, I can see your screen and I can kind of see what you're doing, but it's so tiny.
Yes, if you look at the right corner of this chat, and if you click on it, it'll allow you to zoom in on the screen. Do you see that?
I
Okay,
couldn't
Katie,
understand what you're saying. It's all garbled.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, the
So,
audio.
yeah, Katie, if you will just walk through the steps, because we can see your desktop right now. So if you'll go up to the screen zooms and
Sure.
show the different ones, I'll talk through them.
Okay. Let me see if it'll let me. I'm gonna go. If you go right up here to the it looks like a magnifying glass in the top top
Oh,
corner of the
no.
screen itself.
If you'll just, where it says screen zoom on the black bar.
Oh, hold on a second. Screen zoom on the black bar.
Yeah, it says screen zoom and then stage console or stage controls.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to come up to the front too. Katie, if you will let go of the sharing, I will share mine.
There we go.
Okay, so whenever you are here, you're going to see where it has screen zoom up at the top. If you click on the left, it'll take you over to the left, and you can, which mine is freaking out, you can click on the plus to make it bigger, or you can click on the middle, or click over to the right, which that's why it's freaking out, or main stage or podium if you're doing podium. But whenever you're in the middle, there is the plus to where it'll bring it in to where you can focus in more. Is that helpful?
Well, I was on podium, so that's to zoom in on her screen.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
you need
what
to
was
do
so tiny.
the main screen.
So click on main screen. Let's see, because I see main stage.
It's not sharing your screen so she can see it.
I'm trying to get back to the controls because they have went away. Okay, let's go back here, try it again. Can you see how to create a transaction?
Yeah, I can see it. What I was trying to do is zoom in a little closer because I'm on podium. And so I'm seeing the stage, I'm seeing the podium, the chairs.
Yeah,
and I was trying
you're
to
not
zoom
going
in.
to be able to zoom in unless you click onto main web screen.
Well, I tried that and that didn't help me.
Okay, hold on.
Main web screen. Let's try that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There it is. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything that you don't know, April.
There's a lot I don't know. Does anybody else have any other questions for Katie on the SkySlope stuff?
No, I'm good.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Does anybody have any other questions?
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording for you. Thank you, everybody.